Yeah.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Sports Talk, and we're back with another UFC pre-fight choices.
Past that. That's terrible. It's called predictions. It's called predictions, and it's UFC 318. Get your head, I don't want to say the rest, out of your ass.
You just said the rest. You're like, I don't want to say the rest.
Pay attention to what's going on.
That made no sense.
Okay, anyways. We're making our picks.
You thought you said something cool there.
Breaking it down.
But you didn't.
And, by the way, this is the stupidest, dumbest title that's going on.
Oh, that's why you're angry. I see. That's why you're on the edge.
BMF. BMF from two losers.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I agree with that.
The BMF it should be, if you're defending the belt, Ilya Taporia. If not, it should always be John Jones.
Always John Jones. Yeah. Always be John Jones.
Max Holloway's coming off a what? Knockout loss? And Dustin Poirier's coming off a loss. And they're fighting for the BMF title, which apparently they want Lil Wayne to give out. What kind of ridiculous stuff is going on here?
It makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. First, you have two losers fighting for a belt. And I love Max Holloway. I've been a huge fan of Max Holloway. I've always said it. But you got two people coming off losses, fighting for a belt that determines the baddest fighter. How? How can you be the baddest fighter if you're coming off two losses? It's like what Ilya said. Every time you fight, at that point, this BMF belt should always be put up. But it's not. And then you got Lil Wayne presenting it.
They want to, but they might not be.
No, that's the only cool thing about it. It's like The Rock presented the first BMF. Oh, I guess saying, that's the only hype behind it. The Rock presented the first BMF that nobody cared about. It only had some hype because of him. This one's only going to have some hype because of Lil Wayne, and he just dropped his album, if anyone's even tuning in for that. Because that album wasn't it. But, yeah. So, I don't know, what's going on with the UFC. This is becoming like a gimmick now. It was always a gimmick, but now it's just ridiculous at this point.
You know what? We're not even doing our prediction. This is turning into a rant.
Yeah.
This BMF title needs to go.
First of all, I started off terrible. You had Nate Diaz, the guy that lost unlimited amounts of times in the UFC. He has so many losses in the UFC and is just ridiculous. For that guy to start a belt called the BMF just because he couldn't win a regular belt. He was never good enough to ever even contend for a belt, let alone win a belt. He fluked a win against Conor, which gained some hype, and then he brought up all this, BMF, these champions aren't anything, Habib is this person's that. But at the end of the day, he did nothing useful. And all he did was just talk, and somehow created a belt for it. Good for him, he made his money. But a ridiculous belt started from a fighter that doesn't deserve any belt.
No, you're also forgetting about Jorge Masvidal. That was part of that belt.
Yeah, but Jorge Masvidal actually at that point was going to fight for a title shot. And he did. And Jorge, after winning that belt, said that belt's useless and he wants to fight for a title. And actually fought for the title.
Anyways, so the picks are gone. Don't worry about the picks. You can let us know what you guys think about this belt too, because it made sense. It never made sense, but if you did it, you have to put it on the line every time, like Ilya Taporia said. Anytime someone fights and the person has a belt, it should be on the line, because it makes no sense. It would make sense if Ilya knocked him out. He's the BMF, and then when he fought, who did Ilya just knock out? Charles Oliveira. He should have been defending the lightweight or fighting for the featherweight or lightweight belt and defending his BMF belt.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to present the BMF to the world. You're saying these are the baddest two fighters in, MF, I don't want to say the word. But they're both coming off losses.
Yeah,
Makes no
ridiculous.
Sense. Makes no sense.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Dustin Poirier's retirement fight might lead to him winning his only belt other than the interim title.
That's another thing. I feel like this is terrible for Dustin Poirier. After having a legendary career in the UFC, he's never won a belt, which happens.
Interim. But
he won an interim belt. Max Holloway at least won an actual belt. But he won an interim belt, and if he beats Max Holloway, his legacy is going to end with a BMF belt, which means nothing. Completely useless. I feel bad for him. Just like Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje keeps getting title shots and now winning. The only belt who came close to winning was the BMF. You can't have people that have put their life on the line and have fought for years for this company to go out with a BMF belt. I think it's ridiculous. That belt needs to be scrapped. And as far as the predictions, I'm just going to make one prediction. Tell me one prediction. I think Max Holloway is gonna win.
I don't know about the prediction. I think Dustin Poirier's already beaten him twice.
He has.
Yeah.
That's why I think he's gonna win this time.
First of all, this fight is useless. A terrible fight. Doesn't make any sense. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I don't know. I'm done with this BMF. UFC needs to let it go, and we'll just make our post-fight.
Yeah, we'll do a post-fight one. We won't even do
Yeah.
a prediction. But I'm gonna predict this one. Max Holloway. That's it.
I'm not predicting nothing. We'll do a post-fight, and thank you for listening.